Huh?
Hey, thank you for tuning in to Meet the Shoe. I'm Sade,
I'm Nina.
and today we are going to talk about Minnesota. Minnesota is changing so much. I'm like, we're kind of behind the eight ball. We're always lagging, but it's a good thing
According to big New York and California, right?
in Chicago,
And
or
Chicago, yes. That's our
we're pretty
closest
much
big
our
city.
closest big city. So
Hmm.
I'm thinking we're like 2 years or maybe 3 years behind Chicago,
Yeah. Yep. Two. You're right.
with different winds and other things as well. So it's like,
Right.
come on, Minnesota, get with it, get with it. We gotta get with it. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But Governor Tim Walz signed. I don't know if it's in ink yet or
Right.
whatever, but the Minnesota is the 23rd state to pass legal marijuana,
Right.
recreational marijuana, right?
Right.
So I'm like, that is a big thing, a big step. You know what I'm saying,
Yeah.
for us. And you'd be amazed how many people smoke recreational marijuana, right? And I'm
Yeah.
like,
Cause you think about like all of the doctors,
right?
lawyers, just professionals, right?
Mhm.
Not to just call them out like that, but you think about all of the professional people that smoke weed when
Yeah,
they're off or they
right.
get caught with weed in their system and
Exactly.
they were getting in trouble. Now they won't get in trouble.
Exactly. Or you want to get fired from your job, or even having it in your system when you apply for certain jobs. They want you to do DNA samples or P samples for a lot of manufacturing jobs lately, and they'd be like, "Oh, you failed the test." So this is not it wouldn't be a reason to disqualify somebody now. So they got to change, their employment processes with uh, DNA testing.
Right. It he said it's going to take us a little bit of time to get this up and going though.
Mhm, it
So
is.
do you want
It
to
is.
tell everybody how, the dates of when they can look for it?
So the targeted application process would be May of 2024.
Okay.
Well, that's a target date. They're saying it can move up or back, you know what I'm saying? But just be aware that you can put your applications in there. We don't know how much the application process will be, because some places are wanting a lot of money,
Okay.
50,000, 100,000, just for the application. And I like in Illinois, a friend was telling me the application process was like $100,000.
Hmm.
Um, you can't have a gun to open up a marijuana dispensary.
Okay.
So you gotta get rid of your, gun license. Yeah.
So
Or
that's the option. You either a gun or a marijuana license.
yes. So she was
Oh.
saying that they can not approve you. They can deny you too.
For
And
having the license to
no,
carry?
they to fill out the application, you go through that process. You paying all the money up front. They go through the application and then deny you. I'm like, so where does that money go to? Do you get that money back? She's like, no, you don't get that money back. I said, you gotta get that money. I mean, the state can't fool you like that. Take all your money, $100,000 that you invested in an application. So
Right.
I'm curious to see how Minnesota would do theirs. Um,
So
their
here,
application process, because it's going to cost to get in the door.
okay. So and it's gonna cost a lot of money. Here's the thing as well. Um, it's a state, these are state licensing. These
Yes.
are state approval.
Hmm.
Marijuana, the legalization of marijuana is on a state level. So
Hmm.
it there's gonna be a lot of issues with say for instance you live maybe Kansas. I'm not sure if Kansas yet has the marijuana law passed. And do you know the 23
State.
states that are
Just a couple. I think Las Vegas, New Orleans,
California,
California for sure,
New
Colorado.
York too.
Yeah. Oh yeah, New York.
Yeah, they just did it too. New York just got on. And isn't it weird that we're considered the mini apple, right? Because we're right in the middle and
Right.
they are the big apple.
Hmm.
And
Hmm.
we get approved. We approve it right after them,
Right after them.
right
Yes.
after them, right on them, right, right.
Hmm.
But say I send you a package and you're in a state that doesn't uh, legalize it,
Right.
they're gonna have to make the laws fit to where you can or cannot, where there will be a violation against your registration as well, right? Against your
Oh,
license.
oh
That
yes.
if you or someone in your company sends to a state
Mm-hmm.
that isn't legalized,
Mm-hmm.
that could be like a violation of your license as well. So
Yeah.
it's going to be a lot of laws and things in place. So I get what he means by
Yes. It's going to
the
take some time.
process.
So Minnesota is supporting farmers with
Yep.
this initiative, right? So
Okay.
all your buds have to be grown
Okay.
in Minnesota. It can't come out of any other state. You can't buy marijuana from Colorado and have it sent to Minnesota. No,
Okay.
that'll be against the law for Minnesota. So
Right.
everything is bred
Homegrown.
homegrown in
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota, which is going to be kind of challenging because we have the four seasons. But many of those places going to have nice
Grow house.
irrigation,
Grow house.
greenhouses, and real nice, beautiful, bright lighting.
Right.
So yeah, it's gonna be something to see. I can't wait to just walk through a greenhouse and see how it is. You know what I mean?
Right.
But so May 2024 applications will be open, and those that are approved January 1st, 2025. This can have their dispensaries open.
Okay. So I'm waiting. I'm
2025.
also waiting to see how pretty it's gonna look, because there's a lot of people that are into that have grow houses that are beautiful, and
Yes.
it puts your mind in an imaginary space. Like,
Mhm.
how did they come up with that?
The idea.
I just can't wait to see what they're gonna do with the weed. I can't stop saying
Yes,
weed
I
because
know.
that's what I've been used to
Marijuana, I
saying,
know.
right? But
Cannabis.
I just really can't wait to see um how nice the dispensaries are,
Right.
where this is going to take Minnesota, who is going to come to, just expand the city in a positive way, and
Right.
the state actually in a positive way on what we're going to be first at doing, because we're going to be first at doing something, you
Something.
know,
Yes. 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 But
because
you
a
know
lot of
what?
huh?
Oh, that's okay. Go ahead.
No, I was gonna say, because a lot of the things that we're monumentally known for,
Mhm. Mhm.
this is gonna be another added recreational reason for people to
Right.
come,
Oh
come into
yeah.
town and check us
Mhm.
out. So it has to be. I'm waiting on the ideas of what somebody is gonna come up
Yes.
with, of why people should come here and visit for what we have to offer. So that's a good
Right.
thing that the governor did that.
Mhm.
Thank you, Mr. Tim Walsh, for
Yes. Wow. Yes. But
making
you
it
know
legal,
what?
putting it in official.
And then another thing, you can have 2 pounds of marijuana in your home,
Okay.
but I think only two. Let's see, 2 ounces out in public.
Okay.
We can only
Makes
have two
sense.
ounces in public, 2 pounds at home.
At home.
That's a lot.
So that is a lot. And so I can also see, our whole life we've been known that you get caught with gun and drugs, you're in hot water.
Yeah,
And so how do you protect your crop though?
that's the
What do
whole thing.
you do to protect, your investment? How do you do that? Because, like, when you're in a liquor store, it's legal for you to have a gun in a liquor store.
Yeah,
It
that's
is,
yeah,
you can have a gun in a liquor store, right? A liquor store owner can possess a weapon, right?
right.
A store owner, just a mom and
Regular.
pop grocery store owner, they can own a weapon. So to you having a dispensary, not being able to have a pistol, like, that's even more money that you
Hmm.
have to spend on armed security to
Yeah,
guard
yeah. You have
your
to.
investment.
You will have to.
You gotta hire the staff and the
Hmm.
professionals to make sure that your investment even runs smoothly. So I'm
Even,
also just I mean
I know having top-notch surveillance 24/7. You have to have it.
yeah, and so there's another thing that is going to be well into competition with all the other states that legalize it is like, you know how they got the Kush and the the purple this and the
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm.
green money green, or all these different
More
yeah, all these different names of marijuana, right?
right.
What is Minnesota gonna be,
Known
known
for,
for? Like, what
but
are you
it would
gonna?
have to be someone that's that's a grower
Right.
and they have good marketing skills in
Hmm.
social media to bring out that good bud that they're growing.
Okay.
All it takes is that one person to say, okay, this is the bud to
Yeah,
have.
one strain,
And
huh?
throw it out there in social media.
Hmm.
People passing it on, then you're gonna see everybody coming. I'm telling you, that's how that's how it usually works. With any kind of
Right.
industry, anything you're doing, have one celebrity or somebody that's rapping or in the light or underground,
Hmm.
it takes it off from there.
And so, okay, all the laws and I'm just going through it. They were saying it's gonna take 12 to 18 months to get the
Mm-hmm.
license in the system, like system wise, right? To get
Yes.
them everything up and going. And he said that he thought that it was actually going to take longer. And Jesse Ventura said that today, to finally legalize recreational cannabis in Minnesota. Thank you to the governor. Now that's our previous governor,
Yes, it is. Jesse. Everybody loves
and
Jesse.
he's in Atlanta, I believe.
Is he?
Yeah,
Oh wow, he needs to
he
come
does
back.
yeah, he does a lot with Atlanta. He was in Atlanta doing the conspiracy theory on how the United States have these different camps and things for if a war breaks out, and how people were disappearing in these smaller parts of Georgia, but that's where they were. He has a I can't remember what show he was on, but yeah, say he just made that announcement this morning. He said,
Ooh,
thank you to the governor and his staff for allowing me to witness firsthand this historical moment in Minnesota history. Hey, we making
okay.
history. Make it now.
Well, another good thing, everyone that has a marijuana case went to jail for marijuana in the
Hmm.
state level will
Okay.
be expunged, automatic expunged. They're starting that process this summer.
Okay, cool.
Automatic expunge. You don't have to say no. You're just gonna get something in the letter say, "Hey, all that's been cleared. It's not on your record anymore." So
Right.
that's a good
Okay.
thing too.
And that's the thing too with what is it? Uh when you're when you're
Mm-hmm.
federal regulations is always on what regulates you to have a gun or not, right? The
Right.
state will say, well, hey, you don't have no, we can sell you a gun. You go to different states and you possess a gun, but that's why if you possess a gun and you have a felony, the feds can come and get you because
Mm-hmm.
federally, we didn't say that you can have a gun.
Right.
You can have one on the state, but federally it's against your violation of your felony that
Mm-hmm.
you cannot possess a weapon. So that's another thing. We're not these are all state things that people need to
Yes.
understand.
To
This
understand.
isn't a federal law. This is a
Right.
state law. So in the state of Minnesota, you can only have state things as far as the
Within the state.
marijuana goes, right?
Yep. So if you have anything over 2 pounds,
In your house.
you can get a federal charge or state charge.
Right.
It
Right.
depends on the level of
But
mix.
you can grow at home, correct?
Yes,
You could
12,
grow at home.
12 plants.
Yeah. And so if you own a business and you own a license, then federally you're not going to get in trouble because you have a license. They would ask you that. But usually feds is big boys and they only are would come and bother you if your name rung through their system that you were doing something illegal. Other than that,
Outside of
they
okay.
don't have no desire to bother you on any kind of anything. And they
Okay.
aren't going to be they're not beat cops, right?
Right.
They're
Yeah.
not coming to arrest you. When they come to arrest you, they got you already.
Okay. Exactly. You can't say
They
I
ain't
that
making no mistakes, baby.
wasn't
They ain't making no mistakes.
no,
They ain't playing with you at all.
not at all. So thank you, Governor Tim Walz. We're gonna see, and it's exciting. Yeah, see all these restaurants open up with infused foods.
Hey,
You know what I'm saying? So, and I know Natty Cakes. She's one of the young ladies that bake
who is Daddy Cakes?
good natty cakes.
Natty Cakes. Okay.
Natasha Givens. So
Okay.
I'm excited to
Oh,
see
Natty Cake.
that.
You know
That
what? Oh, yes.
she's been an
Natasha.
advocate.
So
Yes,
so
Natasha.
she was making cookies before.
Mm-hmm.
And I tried them,
Good, aren't
and they
they?
were delicious. Not
Uh,
only is she good at
she
what
makes
she
she
does,
makes some caramels and
huh?
caramel.
Oh, she makes
Good.
caramels.
Oh, girl, caramel. She does the chocolate with the cocoa, so you would put in your milk. That,
Uh-huh.
oh my God, I was so relaxed.
She was relaxed.
Yes, I had drunk my little hot chocolate, ready to go to
Mhm.
bed. I felt
Right.
very relaxed.
Okay.
She just had this whole little gift box with cookies and little different stuff, cupcakes.
Yeah, so she is let the viewers know she's really creative with
Very
her
creative.
decorations, right? And
Yes.
she made these cookies for Christmas for me. They were personal. I bought them personalized, right?
Yep. Hmm.
And they were so beautiful. Everybody that looked at them did not, the little Santa Claus and the little
Yes.
helpers and
Yes.
how it looked, they were so pretty that
Uh-huh.
nobody wanted to eat it. And everybody wanted to take pictures and send,
Right.
on their Instagram, things like that. And she does do catering.
Yes, she does.
Yep.
She
So
baked all my
let
cookies
people
the
know how
last
they can get in
2 years.
touch with her.
Let's see. She's on Instagram, and
Okay.
let me grab. Yeah, she's baked all my cakes for my birthdays and
Okay.
fun stuff like that. And
You
yeah,
can also put her name and information in the comments so people can y'all hit her up and support black business.
yes, it's Natty Cakes, NATTYKAKES
Hmm.
dot ticketleap.com. So that's her legalization line here.
Okay.
Um, she's on Instagram at
Hmm.
Natty Cakes, NATTYKAKES. So just
Okay.
look her up. She's the bomb with the, I mean, ugh, there she goes right there.
Oh, hey, girl. Hey. That's right.
Yeah, she's the bomb. So she's
Okay.
just one of many, but that
Right.
we kind of support anyway. So
Right. Yeah. I know that there's I don't know exactly what I know that she has like a body butter line. What is her name? Pink Pink Pink, I don't know. I'll get the information and put it down, but she
okay.
also has like um a line that's really cute with the lips and the
Hmm.
marijuana infused, like a lot of things. I just remember
Okay.
the body butter that she had.
Okay.
And
Okay.
yeah, so she has a line that's infused with that. I remember I tried my hand at infused
But the body butter,
body butter. Yes,
it
and I
felt
sold
good.
out. I sold
Yeah, you
out.
did.
And
It
and
was,
the reason why I didn't continue to make I had lip balm and I had body butter. And the reason
yep,
why I didn't continue with it was it's a very long process.
it is. Yeah.
It's
But
the,
you can get tap back into it.
yeah, yeah, I might just do that. But to melt it back, just with the how you have to, cure it, melt
Yeah,
it down, put it in the, in the mixture, everything, all of that, it took a very long time to complete
really.
for and people a lot of times had a problem with giving me $30 for a small jar.
But that's how much they're going because I know on the CBD that we were getting before you gave us the ointment, and I
Uh-huh.
gave my lady in the salon.
Uh-huh.
It wasn't. It was good,
Hmm.
but it wasn't as strong. So it was like 8 ounces for 30 something dollars,
Yeah.
$40.
Yeah.
But that was nope. It was $50.
Yeah, see. Yeah, and a lot, and everybody that bought it from me and how I sold out, they all talked about how I was aching and I didn't feel good. And oh my God, I put it on, like you said, all over my body. And I sat in the tub and I
Mm-hmm.
slept like a baby because I would tell
Yes.
them that you put it on you and you either take a steam shower or you
Mm-hmm.
sit in a tub, and then when you sit in, if I say about 20 minutes, you do gotta sit, right? Maybe
Mm-hmm.
10, I don't know. But you absorb it in your skin. You
Yes.
get out, dry off, and you get in a bed. you feel good. You don't feel any pain.
Yes.
A lot of people. It's a
Hmm.
guy that bought some for his
Yes.
dad, and his dad
Hmm.
was from Ethiopia. His dad
Oh,
came
wow.
over to visit him. He was a store owner. Bought some for his dad. His dad used it. His dad was like so sad because he was like, I want to take it with, but I don't want to get in trouble.
Right.
So he didn't, but he kept asking me, would call me and say, my father wants to know, can you send, is there any way that you could ship? I said, no, it was just for, fun.
Yeah. Yes.
And
Yes.
I can't, I don't even do it anymore, but I can't send it to you. So yeah,
Right.
yeah, that's
Yes.
always a blessing to know that you are helping somebody that's hurting.
Okay. Right. It is.
Just think of that. Think about how many people come to you and they don't got no hair, and you're like, come on, we're gonna
Yes.
use this. You're gonna buy this, and then I'm gonna use it on you every time you come get your hair done, and you
Yes.
watch their hair grow in, right?
Yes. You giving them a
Yeah, that
second
makes you feel
chance.
good
That's
inside
right.
that you are helping.
Yes, yes, that's always a plus when you can add value into someone's life and
Right?
change it for the better. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah,
it's a good feeling.
it
It's a good
definitely
feeling.
is.
So
Well,
another bill he passed:
uh-huh.
55,000 felons voting rights are restored.
Okay.
Signed the bill
Hmm.
saying once a person is done with their time in prison or in jail or
Okay.
whatever, can vote
So while on probation,
while on probation, while on
they can
parole.
vote
Yes.
in the state of
Before
Minnesota.
in the state of Minnesota.
Hey,
Before
that's
that, you
right.
had to, if you got out of prison and you
Mhm.
probably had an expiration date of 5 or 10 years. It depends on the crime.
Right.
You had to wait that time.
Yep.
You got out on your SRD, but you had to wait till you expired. And the expiration
Expired.
anywhere like 5 years, right?
Right.
So now cut that out. As soon as you walk out the door, the next voting times is coming up. You can vote.
Okay.
So make sure
So
you go out and vote because you have that right. You know,
so is it federal or state?
state,
Okay.
but I'm thinking federally too. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Because you can vote for the president in your state.
Right, in your state. That's true. Okay.
Mhm. Yeah. So
Okay.
that's a good thing. So I try
That's the
to tell
history
everybody
being
know your
made.
rights. You know what I'm saying? Because if you've been in jail, certain things you couldn't do, and it's
Mm-hmm.
it's 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 really nice, and it's a beautiful thing that felons are finally being heard,
Right.
finally being their voices, mean something to the community. You know what I'm saying? So, I mean, back in the day, you could a felon, you were like the exiled. You know what I'm saying? And it's hard for you to come back.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm glad to see that they can vote. Felons, you can get a passport no matter what. As soon as you walk out the door, apply for a passport. You can. That's your right. So don't be scared to fill out an application.
Okay.
They're not going to ask you that felony question.
So the felons still have to wait though until after they're off of probation to get a, a passport though, right?
Not
Not necessarily.
necessarily, right?
Okay.
I
So it's,
think
it's ultimately up to what's your purpose of getting the
yes,
passport and what the PO says to you,
exactly.
right? What are your
And they
instructions?
would tell you, the PO would tell you, well, I can't stop you from getting a passport. It doesn't ask the felony question.
Right. Okay.
I
Okay.
mean, I can't say yes or no, but I can tell you you can't go out of town at a specific time if you can't go out of town.
Right. And what we want you guys to know as well is anything can be done.
Mm-hmm.
If you do it, if you take the proper steps to legally do
Yes.
what it is that you're trying to do, anything can be reversed, right?
Yes,
They
yes.
constantly tell doctors and nurses that they can't have a felony.
Mm-hmm.
They can't have a felony in their background.
Mm-hmm.
I know of two people that have went and did fed time,
Mm-hmm.
got home, and one of them has a RN
Okay. So she went to
license.
school and
Very
graduated
good.
and
She's not
everything.
in she's not in this state anymore. She did
Okay.
all of her medical education in the state, and
Okay.
she's in Florida now.
Nice.
So I don't know if it's they didn't take a look, but you notice how when there was what 120 we did a report on of those nurses that time that didn't have a license.
Yes, got
If
the fake.
someone's usually when someone practices and they know what they're talking about, a person can go to school and know the book from front to back to front, and know the steps to take care of a patient, to take care of us, right?
Yeah. Hmm.
Because remember, just when the world was created, there was no such thing as license. If you did the research and you was a healer, you were a
Right.
healer.
Yeah.
So there's old law into that a lot of the nurses will go back. Ow, I just burnt myself.
Uh-oh.
And and result to, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And I believe at the time that she received her license, I don't know if it's um legal now, but she's still practicing um
Nice.
as
Okay.
a nurse, as an RN.
That's a good thing.
So I don't know what laws that they've done to make it change to where you can't now, but I know plenty of CNAs that have a background, plenty of
Hmm.
PCAs that have a
Yeah.
background, you
Yeah.
know. And when it comes to transferring medicine, that's a little bit harder. I don't know of any doctors that necessarily have felonies that can
Hmm.
continue, but I do know of doctors where they say, well, they took their malpractice from them, where they teach other people. So they're still paid in the field. They're still working in the field.
Right. Well, that's a good thing. I want them to change asking for a felony for people getting housing. That's the next move that needs to be changed. Housing.
Uh-huh.
Why is it that because I have a felony, I
Mm-hmm.
can't get an apartment?
Mm-hmm.
I have a job,
Right.
pay my rent.
Mm-hmm.
They need to stop that. So that's the next thing we need to lobby for, so people can, when they get out of jail or prison,
Mm-hmm.
they can apply for housing, and get a place to stay to lay their head. That's the main thing. A person is can be a burden on a person that does not have a place to stay. You know what I'm
But
saying?
the thing about it is that they ultimately, by me, because I'm a landlord, right?
Hmm.
The reason why they prevented you from having a place to stay was because there was a lot of sex trafficking going on. Ultimately, it's so sad that the people that are convicted of maybe assault that from a long time ago, drug conviction a long time ago, you know, uh, robbery or car theft or whatever, there it usually is because of goes back to the sex trafficking, right? That's what they don't want because what when we rent, we're always renting to a family. The
Right.
most a person wants is safety for their child. It's not even necessarily worried about the adult being at risk. It's about the child, right? Or
Hmm.
children. So, suggestion for you or anybody that's listening that's having a problem with having a place to stay, always put your home under your LLC. If
Hmm.
you do your business, if you purchase a place and
Hmm.
you put it under your business, that business is the same as your social security number. It can't be questioned. That's how you get a place. That's how you even go around it. Is put
Yeah.
your housing in your business name because guess what? Your business is what pays your
Yeah.
rent.
Yeah.
Your business is what is how you operate. If
Hmm.
people are able to come to you to do business hand in hand, then it's gonna they're forever in the clear about
Right.
you paying. A landlord just wants you to pay your rent, so
Right.
they're not paying the bill for you, right? They
Hmm.
want to provide you the space and you pay them the money for it. That's it. And
Right.
you're not causing a problem.
Hmm.
Ultimately, all you have to do is get your place in your business name. Go
Yeah.
get a business.
Hmm.
Just go get
Yeah.
a business and do it that way. Because then you don't have to answer all those questions. Oh, well, what happened? Well, why did you go to it's like that was
20
10,
years ago.
15, 20 years ago. I don't know.
Yes.
I can't
Okay.
even
I
recite that
remember.
back to you. I
Right.
forgot about it. How come you can't?
Right. Exactly.
Like, you know what I'm saying? So don't allow none of that ever to stop you from having a
Hmm.
play. It's not an end all and prayer.
Right.
You
And
know,
prayer. Yeah.
prayer.
Yes. So.
Lastly, there was this another way that we were going to make oh yeah, the college thing. Yeah, let's talk about that first before I talk about the rideshare thing.
Okay. So,
So the Georgia prisoners,
mm-hmm.
they um they were taking classes through Georgia University,
Okay.
and they were able, because they were low risk um residents. They don't call them inmates anymore.
Residents, right.
They were low risk residents, right?
Okay.
They were able to graduate at the college with a cap and gown
Wow.
while doing time.
Okay. Yes.
And
Yes.
that within itself is a blessing, because it makes a person know the importance. It gives them uplift
Mm-hmm.
for when they get out, how they will be productive. It really encourages them to
Yeah.
not commit another crime.
Yeah.
That you were trusted before you even left
Yes. It
the
gives them a sense
penitentiary.
of belonging, a sense of belonging. You know what I'm saying? That oh my God. I can feel their hearts when they walked across the stage with regular people, you may say, you know what I'm saying? Regular graduates, and being out in just in a free world, walking across the stage, a big stage like that. Oh my God.
Yeah. And a lot of it was done virtually as well. The ones
Okay.
that were
Could
at
be.
risk, right?
Okay.
The at risk people, but that
That
didn't
still is
stop them.
important. That's still
Yeah,
important.
yeah,
Yeah.
that didn't stop them. That they were able to wear a cap and gown and be
Mm-hmm.
presented with a degree, or of how
Mm-hmm.
they made it. So
Yeah.
that just lets you know also how the world is changing, because they would have never done like that. You would have to have you could in the past 20 years, colleges allowed you to take courses,
Yeah.
to take college courses,
Mm-hmm.
to where they transfer.
Right.
Because when I was gone, when I got home, I accumulated 2 credits from Century College. It's still on my
Okay.
record.
Okay.
It's still on there, and I accumulated the credits while I was in there, and financial aid paid for it.
Oh yeah. Yeah. So when I was in Shakopee, I earned all my credits, a AA degree from Inver Grove Heights,
Okay.
because they would come in, professors would come in and do classes
Hmm.
in the prison, and so I earned my AA degree, and but we had the graduation inside the facility prison,
Hmm.
and the professors came inside and awarded us our degrees. So, I mean, that was really nice. I was able to accomplish that, and I was happy for that. You know what I'm saying? But oh, to be outside to do that, I
Hmm.
would have been over the top.
Right. Okay.
Oh,
You are now, so it don't
I know, right?
matter.
Yes, Lord. Yes. So
Well,
Minnesota
lastly,
got
before
that.
we get out of here, Governor Walsh had a bill came across his desk and he's never vetoed anything, mind you.
Hmm.
And the everyone was upset that he this was his first veto.
Mm.
His reason, okay, so Minnesota Governor Walsh had vetoed rideshare drive bill after Uber threatens to halt operations outside Twin Cities, right? So you notice that they wouldn't halt in the Twin Cities because they know that we make them a lot of money,
Right.
right? We make a lot of money here, right?
Hmm.
And so it's sad that everything results back to money. So they had threatened to veto it. I mean, they
Okay.
threatened to cut us off
Okay.
in all suburbs, probably, right? And the little towns, right?
Hmm. Hmm.
So he couldn't put that at risk, right? But he states that he announced that this bill is not the right bill to achieve the goals, and that he had to, and he said that one of the most reasons why he vetoed it was One of the most expensive states in Minnesota, the country would be in Minnesota would be the most expensive state in the country for ride shares, and he didn't want to do that to us as a people.
Okay. Mm-hmm.
And what it would have done was, I'm looking for it's House Bill 2369,
23,
right?
9. Okay.
And it's gonna go back up for viewing in August
Okay.
in August, right? And
Mm-hmm.
it says Twin City to only offer premium products to match the premium price required by the bill, right? So he's stating that if a person is, I assume, premium, going, like, say for instance, from the suburb to the airport,
Okay.
that you would get bonuses, that it would be more, right? So
Mm-hmm.
the bill was saying that under the law, rideshare drivers would have received minimum compensation of at least $1.45 per mile. Now that's a lot. And
Mm.
another 34 cents per minute for all trips in the Twin City. For the rides outside of the Twin Cities, drivers would get at least $1.25
Mm.
and 34 cent per minute.
Okay.
Those rates would have also been adjusted every year for inflation. So that's why he's saying that he didn't approve it, because every year would go up.
Right.
And so ultimately it will go against. But they were comparing it to the California voters, right? Approved
Mm-hmm.
a continuous state proposition that exempt Uber and Lyft and other apps based upon platforms from classifying their drivers as employees rather than independent construction independent contractors. So
Okay.
what they're stating is that we should be employees and not individuals, right? And
Mm-hmm.
that's why, you know it should pay more. And then it says Washington State passed a similar law to Minnesota's, which requires rideshare drivers to be paid $1.50 per mile and 64 cents per minute. In Seattle, $1.27 per mile and 37 cents outside of Seattle. Rideshare companies are also required to provide drivers with sick leave and compensation. So that's when they're an employee instead
Oh,
of an independent contractor. So these things are very important, because a lot of times people be like, dang, why does it cost so much to go from here or there? This is why. Because it's not fair to the drivers that the companies don't provide the drivers with nothing. The driver is
no.
straight
Independent.
insurance, uh breakdown,
Yeah. Yep.
vandalism, all of
Yep.
that, all falls on the driver. And that's why the driver is complaining
Yeah.
about how much they're being paid, right?
Mm-hmm.
And
Yeah, they're not getting paid
even,
enough.
huh?
They're not getting paid enough.
No, they're not. And even in as of 2023, the rate in New York City is $1.31 per mile and 56 cents. Woo! 56 cent per minute for
Mm-hmm.
trips within New York City. And the per mile rate goes up $1.70 for wheelchair accessible vehicles. Both rates increase for trips outside of the city. See, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Everything is inflating. The
Yeah.
recession's been here, y'all.
It's been here and it's going to get worse. Oh my God.
Yeah. So just continue to get your side hustles legitimately.
Mm-hmm.
Continue to look for every single way. So there's no more 1 week, 1 week, 2 week income. You
No.
got to do stuff
Yes.
to make all the whole house work. Everybody got to work.
Yeah, they do.
Kids even got to work.
Yeah. Okay. For real. And that's for real.
Yes.
Yes. We want to thank you guys for tuning in. Don't forget to support our sponsors.
Yep.
Hit the link below and just look at all the websites and purchase
Yep.
something.
Yep. Thank you.
Guys.